like all of your stuff is just coming online in new, interesting ways, because I've felt like since last Thursday, especially like this, even this in-between time, things are just working differently. They're wired differently, and it's okay, but it's just like taking some getting used to. So I become overheated now whenever messages are starting to come in. So it should be an interesting morning for us, guys. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. Hi, Valerie. Good morning. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Monadic Nomad. Good morning, Lori and Jennifer. Okay, so you feel it too, Jennifer. Okay, good. It's been really intense, so we're going to talk about that this morning for sure, and definitely pull some cards and get some insights. Thank you, Kanita. Grand Rising right back at ya. If you've never joined me for a live before, we're super chill and informal, and I do have pants on today, but we drink our coffee, talk about the energy, and I usually pull some cards. And today we're going to do sensory card pulls, which means that you'll each get a unique message just for you for today. So that's always fun. Jean is saying it's definitely different, the energy and how to process it. Yeah, it really is. It really is. That makes a lot of sense, Arlene. Arlene's saying I hear the solar flares gave us more upgrades. So with the solar flares timing with the Sirius portal being open, that's no coincidence, okay? So just to kind of give you a little bit of an overview of like what the hell just happened. We just had what is called the Sirius portal. And I can't remember the dates of when that opened. I know it's closing today, but I want to say it opened like last Wednesday or Thursday during our live channeling on Thursday night. And if you missed that, you can find that on my YouTube. It's free to watch on my YouTube or my IGTV, the live channeling from last Thursday. And in that channeling, we had, so Jen saying was the 3rd. In that channeling, we had a visitor who was a hybrid of Lyran and Syrian descent, and this channeling came through and gave us all really serious big upgrades, and then just like basically flatlined me until like right now. So I've heard from a lot of you after that channeling that you did feel that, and even people who were not in the channeling, of course, are feeling it. And it's just a huge upgrade for our DNA, for our emotional systems, and for the way that our energy is interacting with other energy. And that's really the big thing we're going to talk about today. Oh shoot, I forgot to do my hand. Doing it now. Okay, so the big thing that you need to know about what's happening right now is how we are interacting with energy. It's completely changing. So whereas before, and I did a post about this yesterday, whereas before in a 3rd dimensional way, we were being interacted with by energy. Energy was kind of manipulating us because we didn't really understand what it was doing, right? It's like that at the mercy of something feeling, that the world is kind of chaotic and out of control. You can't control anything, and you don't know what's going to happen from day to day, and it's just one of those things, and life is what it is. But moving into a 5th dimensional understanding, you're gaining sovereignty and understanding that you are an energetic being who is uniquely created to manipulate energy. And we're kind of taking back the word manipulate and making sure we understand what that means. You'll notice every time I say the word manipulate, I'm moving my hands. That's because the word manipulate literally used to mean to form things with your hands, manual, manipulate. Using your hands as your tool to manipulate the energy around you. And that was something that came up big time in that Thursday channel. Our hands are uniquely made to be able to pull in energy and form it into shape. So us understanding how to interact with energy and starting to embrace that remembrance, because it's not a thing we have to learn, it's just a thing we have to remember. You're constantly interacting with energy and manipulating energy unconsciously, but now we're moving into a conscious manipulation of energy. So that means that moving in from a third dimensional state into a fifth dimensional and then onwards and upwards, it means that you're not at the mercy of energy, you are directing it, letting it know what to do, informing it of what you like, instead of just making stabs and guesses and hopes and wishes, right? So it's moving into that more of a confident place where it doesn't feel so overwhelming, only because you understand what's going on. Now, at the same time, this energy right now is a literal shitstorm. So you should feel a little overwhelmed, or a lot overwhelmed. And I know I have been, and I'm very tired of it. And I even said this morning, I'm like, enough already. Like, get me out of here. But just kidding, I still want to be here. But it's a lot, because we're basically packing in 50 years of upgrades into a couple weeks over here. So yeah, it's going to feel really, really intense. The question is, are you ready to do the things? Are you ready to make this magic? Because it's coming. And this heavy pressure is going to ease up on your body, at least. That's going to start moving. And you're going to have more and more opportunities that will be presented to you to learn how to use the energy in a way that makes sense for you. And I say that because not everybody is going to do the same things, and they shouldn't. Not everybody is going to have the same vocation, the same inclinations, the same desires. Everyone came down here with a very specific thing that they want to do, and it's not what anybody else necessarily is doing. And sometimes it sounds like what somebody else is doing. Like, we have a lot of people in this area who practice Reiki, and that is a form of energy healing. But each person who decides to do hands-on energy healing is doing a unique service, because nobody else is that person, and nobody else's Reiki is going to feel like that person's Reiki. Does that make sense? So it's really important to remember that you're not in competition with anybody. You are literally here to be uniquely yourself. And we have been taught since we were born on this planet that we need to kind of be more the same and be more consistent and, just kind of be, I don't know, what is the word? Be normal. I don't know, be normal, be more consistent, normal, more like each other. And we're learning now that that's not where the magic is. The magic is when we just be ourselves. And you can find that because it's all of the ways that keep pushing out, right? We all have those things that we've been trying so hard to work on and master. For me, it's my whole life feeling like I can't concentrate on one thing long enough. I need to be more consistent and stick to it. I've had so many people throughout my life tell me, oh my God, Sarah, you're so smart. If you could just apply yourself and stick to one thing, you'd be so successful. And that's not who I am at all. No. So I've been trying so hard to slow myself down and to completely rework my entire energetic system to make random people happy. I don't know, to win this game. I don't know, but it's never worked. And it wasn't until I started embracing all the parts of myself that have been the most highly criticized that I have found success within me, that I feel good about what I'm doing. And what's more interesting about that is I'm finding success in, actual world because I'm being myself finally. So please be yourself. You do not have to impress anybody. You do need to impress yourself because you are very important. So this energy portal was big. I honestly would love to hear from you guys. If you want to send DMs on Instagram, I can share them anonymously, but it's really helpful for everybody to know that they're not alone in the wacky ways they've been feeling. So when you send those messages in, it just helps for everyone to see that we're all kind of feeling a very similar thing. Feeling that, we talked about this on Friday, feeling that sudden oh my God, I feel so guilty about something. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Why would I think that this would work? What's wrong with me? Just all of this stuff creeping up is just what happens when you're about to do a quantum leap. So if you've been feeling unsettled and just kind of I'm insane for doing what I've been doing, maybe I should just try to settle down and go work in an office or something, just remember that's what happens when you're about to break out of the matrix, right? And this is a side note about matrix stuff, because I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about this. It's probably in a reading. But just remember, if you work in what you consider to be a matrix job, that doesn't mean you live in the matrix. Just remember that. We didn't all come here to break out of that. A lot of us came here to infiltrate it. Do you see the difference? So if you are in a spot where you are working in a job that seems very linear, very matrixy, very 3D, just remember, yeah, maybe you aren't supposed to be there, but also maybe you are. Maybe you are in there to open cracks of light and bring in some new dimensional energy into that matrix environment. So just remember, that is a very serious mission that a lot of you have, okay? To infiltrate the current matrix structures and, you know, like one of my clients just like hide crystals places, you know, like whatever it is you're up to, please follow your weird, because that's likely the mission that you came here to do. So, and you are a ninja, Jen. My coffee's good today. All right. Are we ready for some card stuff? Hey, Courtney. I'm going to do two things today. The first one, we're going to just pull a card for the collective today, just for us, from the Fairy Force deck, and then we're going to do the sensory card pulls at the end, okay? I've been called, Gina says, I've been called weird all my life. Yeah, me too. Like, and now I'm like, good. If I wasn't weird, I'd be boring. No. Yiva says, I always loved doing things like that. I used to change graffiti from offensive to silly. See, and this is so incredibly important to know, right? It's all about the reframe. All about the reframe. Kenita says, I just quit my job in May on a leap of faith. I trust the universe has my back. 100%, always. Hey, look, we didn't like come here to play safe. That's also a program, right? The play safe program makes you not ever move. It paralyzes you, and it's unnecessary. The biggest thing that we can do for each other right now is to support and embrace each other's differences, and not to feel intimidated by what other people are doing or feeling, but instead to look at each person as a unique, beautiful bubble and allow them to see you that way as well. That's like such a helpful thing we can do. Lauren's saying, is it weird if it doesn't feel weird or bad? But Frank, no, it will feel good. I mean, if it didn't feel good, then we shouldn't be doing it. You know, your feelings are an indicator of what you should or should not be doing. Very, very truly. Your feelings will let you know. So I'm going to pull a card for just today, for this last day of the Sirius portal, and see what the fairies have to say. It's always a little bit of a wild time to pull a card from this deck. This, in case you were wondering, this is the Fairy Forest deck by Lucy Cavendish. And this is one of my OGs. This is one of my absolute favorite oracle decks. So if you're drawn to fairy energy and you're looking for a new oracle deck, or maybe a first one, I highly recommend this one. All right. Well, Kanita, I'm so glad that you got out of there. All right, let's see what this card is. I'm like, you know, some of you know what I'm wondering. All right, I gotcha. Okay, we're okay. Although, guys, Claudia and Jen and Cindy, do you remember the last time I pulled from the Fairy Forest deck? Which I don't remember when that was, but not too long ago, because I think that we also got Frigga that day. It's Frigga. This is if I remember correctly, this is a fun message. It's Frigga, it's number 12. And Frigga is number 12, and I think 11 is Ragnarok. So it is, yeah. I didn't want to get Ragnarok. Ragnarok is a son of a bitch, but this will be good. Are you ready? It's Frigga. Guys, are you ready? I'm so excited. Okay. Cindy, yes, right? It was. The last time. So we're doubling down on Frigga energy. Okay? All right. You are at a moment of great good fortune in this lifetime. You have created for yourself more than enough, and now the goodness that is flowing to you must be invested and used wisely. It is easy to squander youth or beauty or opportunity as they seem such an eternal gift. But this card is here to share with you that it is time to ensure that this wonderful moment is worked with wisely. Invest in yourself, in your health, create more wealth, learn and study, and also offer your support and investment to worthy others. Take care of yourself and truly make yourself into who and what you have always wanted to become. This time will come around again, but it will not last forever. And so Frigga wishes for you to consider the gifts you are being given, the bounty coming to you, and consider with great vision and earnestness what will provide for you and your loved ones in the years to come. Be ready to act. Your future is created now, and the present can become so rich and enduring that nothing can shake your ability to continue prospering. Your skills, your home, your mind, your body. Take care of yourself and watch the good fortune that flows from your wise investment for many years to come. Woo woo! Okay, fairies. I am into that message. Hey, Megan. Okay, so that's Frigga. I will post Frigga in my IG stories after we get out of here. I usually take a minute to do that, but I will do it. And now it's time for sensory card pulls. What an absolutely fantastic message for this day. I think we all needed a little bit of a, whoop, whoop, because this shit's been crazy. All right, sensory card pulls. So if you've never done them with me, I'm going to give you 3 things. And I actually picked the 3 things while I was sleeping last night. And you're just going to pick the one that resonates most with you today. If 2 resonate with you, then pick 2. That's fine. And then I will pull some cards and tell you your stories. Are you ready? Okay. So who remembers the deluxe size Crayola crayon box that had the, attached sharpener and everything? It had like millions of colors in there. It had 64 colors in there. Do you guys remember? So we're going to pick crayons. The first one is burnt sienna. The second one is cornflower blue. And the third one is red, just regular red. So again, burnt sienna, cornflower blue, or regular red. And let me know in the comments which crayon you are picking this morning, and I will start shuffling. Burnt sienna, cornflower blue, or red. Okay. We got some burnt siennas, some cornflower blues. We got a few reds. Ooh, my goodness gracious. Get over here. Don't you run away from me. Okay. We've got some sienna and cornflower together. If you're just joining and you'd like to play, we're doing sensory card pulls and you're choosing from one of 3 crayons, or 2 if you like. Burnt sienna, cornflower blue, or red. And just let me know in the comments which one you're feeling most drawn to as I shuffle these cards so you can get a message. Now, as I'm shuffling, right, just take a moment. If you have anything specific that's going on in your life that you'd love a little bit of clarification on, just hold that energy of that thought, okay? Hold that energy of your thought. Okay. I loved that cornflower blue. It was like, you know how some of the crayons were like extra waxy and some of them were like drier? The cornflower blue was like extra waxy and like it had that really like clear blue color. I don't know, it was so good. I loved cornflower blue. I also love burnt sienna. They have a bigger pack now. Oh, I'm gonna have to go to Target and get me some crayons. Throwback to the days. All right. So once again, if you're just joining, you're picking burnt sienna, cornflower blue, or red, and we're gonna start with our burnt sienna people. Claudia, what did you choose? Which one did you choose? Hey, no peeking. All right, so this is the message for burnt sienna people. We've got the new moon, and we've got the serpent. Burnt sienna, new moon, serpent. Good morning, Mom. If you would like to join us in the card pulls, we're choosing one of 3 crayon colors: burnt sienna, cornflower blue, or red. And this first message is for burnt sienna. Okay, so I'm going to remind you guys that we are in the new moon in Cancer energy. As we live and breathe, we're sliding into it. It is tomorrow. And this new moon in Cancer is a really big one. And for you guys with the burnt sienna, and for all of you, this is also a message everybody should listen to, of course. But specifically, this one for you, this new moon, is asking you to be very, very delicious about seeding your emotions and desires for this new moon. Be delicious, because it's all about receiving some new information. Some deep healing and some deep knowledge has come to you through this portal, and you will know what to do on this new moon. You will know how to seed this. You'll know what words to put around the energy to make sure you put it in there, right? But this isn't a rebirth for you. No, it's not a rebirth. This is a birth for you. It's something new, yet ancient within you, but it's something new that you haven't been yet in this life. And so you are coming into a whole new chapter. And this new moon is the opening of that chapter for you. There's so much coming in. So new moon is big for burnt sienna people. Ooh, I love that message for you guys. Okay, next up is our cornflower blue. Cornflower blue. And again, if you chose 2, just add them together. No biggie. Yeah, I love that so much, Claudia. It's so good. And as a reminder, not that all of you know anyway, our Inner Sanctum New Moon Ritual call is Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are not part of Inner Sanctum, there's 2 ways that you can join our call. You can just join the call a la carte and get a ticket, or you can join Inner Sanctum, my spiritual membership club, for free. And you can get into the new moon call, the full moon call, and get all the other things. So if you're interested in that, you can find information on my website or shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll get you some information. But our call is live at 6 p.m. on Friday, but it's always emailed to you. So if you can't make it live, you can watch it later. But this is going to be quite a new moon, and I'm very excited. All right, cornflower blue people. I shouldn't do those faces. It's gonna be fine. Just Woo! You saw that? Okay. All right, cornflower blue people. Here's your message. Tsunami. 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 Whoa. Mm-hmm. And the Bard, which is incidentally number 7. I'm sorry that you really can't see these pictures, but they're not necessarily crazy relevant. My website is www.sarahwithanhamala.com, or if you just go to my profile in this TikTok, and click that link. That'll take you right to my website. Okay, let's talk about this tsunami, guys. For those of you who picked Cornflower Blue, I would like for you to take a trip 2 weeks back and find out what you were up to during that full moon. What was the energy that was most swirling around you at that time? Because there's something in that is, I don't know if I want to say unresolved so much as this is an energy that you can repurpose for something really big, okay? Sometimes the stories that we least want to tell are the ones that will be the most beautiful songs, that will have the inflection and harmony and resonance that will help others to heal, to feel connected and uplifted. Whatever it was that you were releasing during the last full moon, so 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Am I saying what live? 2 weeks ago. That is what I would love for you to look at and see what you can bring through, because the Bard card is coming through to say that it's time to tell your story in whatever way is best suited to your expression. For some of you, it is singing. For some of you, it's writing. For some of you, it's painting. For some of you, it's just talking, just speaking the words. But whatever it is, just remember, our experiences turned into stories are the whole point. It's the whole point. Why have any experiences at all if not to share what that was like with other humans so that they know too? All we're doing here as earthlings is having experiences so that we know what they're like. It's our major life purpose, right? So when you have a profound experience and you put words to it and express it and tell your story, you unlock so much for everybody who gets to hear that, and it is a gift. So that's you, Cornflower Blue people. What stories do you have to tell? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the live is always saved. You can find this full transmission on my IGTV directly after on Instagram, or I then upload it to YouTube as well, so you can always find them. And just FYI, I'm turning into an app really soon, and you will be able to get everything through the app. You won't even really have to go on any social media to see any of my shit. It's going to be so amazing. So make sure you're signed up for the newsletter or the text messages, or you follow me on Instagram so you're up to date on when the app launches, because it's going to be so fun. All right. So last but not least, red. Let's see what we got. Yeah, the last full moon does feel like 5 years ago. Yesterday feels like 5 years ago. All right. Let's see, my friends. Okay. Red. Okay. Wow, okay. Interesting energy for red people. How many of you guys chose red with something else? That is what I'd like to know. We have the wealth card, and we have the vision quest, the desert vision quest card. Okay, so this is for red. If you chose red, this is your message. When the wealth card comes up, this is very, very much connected to, it's like very Taurus energy, okay? So it's like, right now we would call this currency cash money, right? Because it's whatever currency is required to create comfortability in a material way. And I say it so weird only because I feel like that's about to change in some ways as well. But like for right now, it's money. So this is about money. So here's the question for people with red that I'd love for you to ask yourself when it feels good. What part of you feels guilty for having money? What part of you rejects wealth? What part of you feels, ooh, when anyone mentions money, or feels like it's greedy to want to be comfortable? Okay? Whatever it is, what's your trigger point around money? Because there's something going on here that is blocking you. It's blocking you. Because think about this. And this equation kind of applies for everybody when it comes to manifesting. We all love to say, this is what I want. I want to manifest this beautiful thing. And it's wonderful to say that, right? Oh yeah, I want this. It'll be great. That'll fix everything. But you're not going to get that if secretly your true belief system is completely contrary to what you're asking for. So you may want lots of abundance and wealth and think, oh, it'd be great if I had a bunch of money. But your inner belief system says, if I have a lot of money, I'm not a good person. Or it says, if I have a lot of money, I'm going to turn into an asshole, which is the same thing I just said, just a little more emphatically. But do you see what I mean? You have to really get honest about what your inner belief system is, because that's the energy that's dictating your manifesting, not what you say. Because if what you say is not aligning with what you actually believe, it cannot overpower the true belief energy, because that's the strongest. So before you get into the manifesting of like big wild things, it helps to start manifesting smaller things that your true belief system can actually get behind without a whole lot of, punching and prodding, because otherwise you're not in alignment and you're going to cancel out all of your manifests, and then you're going to be like, this is no fun at all. The Desert card is coming through because Vision Quest is kind of where we're at now, right? It's like, what messages do I need to receive? But for you guys with the red crayon, this is all about the energy you're allowing around you now. You've got to get really fucking serious about this. Anybody who is in your field, if they say one word of negativity that makes you feel a certain way, you need to look at that. Because right now you can't afford to have that energy on you, in you, near you, because it's almost like you're skinless because you're in the middle of transformation. And when you're skinless, you can't allow just any old thing to get in there, right? You've got to keep the germs away so that you can heal up and get your skin back on. So be really, 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 really mindful right now about the energy that you allow around you. You are creating your reality. Do not allow other people's energy to have a hand in what that reality looks like, because they don't take ownership of that, right? They don't take ownership of that. It's just energy flying around doing anything. It's not conscious. So stay in your own energy, create your own reality, and really protect your boundaries right now. And remember, money is energy. Actual physical currency is actually just a physical manifestation of the energy of abundance. That's all it is. So think about that the next time your brain tries to vilify having abundance. I did a whole 6-week workshop on this because we are so deeply brainwashed about what it means to have money and not have money. And it's just energy. Will you allow the energy to flow in and flow out? Or will you block it along the way? It's your choice. It's your experience. But this card is coming up for red people because the abundance would love to flow in and would love for you to let it do that. But there may be some outside energy that is influencing this kind of a lack mindset for you. So just look at that. Okay? So those are your sensory card pulls for today, July 7th. Have you guys noticed that I've known what day it is all week? It's really, really creepy. I will be posting the Frigga card in my Instagram. So you can go follow me on Instagram. The link for that for TikTok people is going to be on my profile. There's like a little icon Instagram thing, right? If you click on that, you'll find it. And again, our new moon ritual, which I'm super excited about because we're kind of throwing back old school this time. It's going to be 6 p.m. on Friday. So I hope you can join us. If you need information on that, DM me on Instagram. I'm sending you guys so much love. If you missed part of this transmission, you want to see it again, it'll be on my YouTube or my IG stories. Okay? I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, goodbye. You're welcome. And
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow.